Good afternoon, folks. We are back after a short break.
Hello, everyone. I've missed you.
Oh, mate, check it out. Swim City 2000. I'm a big fan.
That's great. It's about rising tides, presumably, delay the inevitable.
Yes, I'm making a city builder set in a world with permanently rising sea levels.
Kind of fun. I think we might end up winning some points here on being a game that isn't just you're going to lose eventually.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is an unsatisfying game loop often.
Yeah. Alright, so my job at the moment, folks, is to put some border walls around our arenas. We have gone as far as to have border walls around each tile, which is nice. And there's two things I need to do now. I'm going to surround the hatch tile so that it's never on an edge, so that it never has walls. And then remove inner walls so we are left with a outer wall shell. That is the plan. And where are we going to start? I think we're going to start with finishing the outer walls. Hey there, he who am. We are back.
Hey.
Went to the Asian grocers. Got some interesting looking things. A couple different kinds of dumpling. We got some Poca coffee, some vanilla coffee and some classic coffee. It tastes very little like coffee, but it's quite nice.
Yeah, there's almost no coffee to it, is there really?
No.
It's lovely though.
Let's get our code over here. Right.
Do you think we probably don't want stylizer, having had a quick look at it? I think we're going to get more cogent with just good colour choice.
So what I think we'll do is start with all the walls off, and then we'll turn on what I believe will be the edge ones.
Okay. Sniffly.
I'm just crying, don't worry.
I'm worried.
Me too, mate, that's why I'm crying. Worried about how shit this
Hey,
game
you're
is.
worried, listen to me, I'm terrified.
Ooh, is my prefabs thing fixed? Hey, it's fixed. I don't have to untick it every time I do a fucking push.
Get fudged. Your package manager was busy. Doing what? I haven't even brought in packaging!
So we'll turn all those off for the time being. The time being demands it.
The time being. I'll turn them all off for the time being.
So
Oh, the character that Blue Turtle Designer just posted on Instagram, it's our main code.
yeah. Oh, send them a quick tweet and just be like, would you mind knocking out some a poster in an hour for us?
Yeah.
For a really quick poster, cheers. Just put some horns on there, please.
Yeah, please put some horns on this woman and take off her hair. Much too much hair. Don't tell him why you want it. Much too much hair on this one, I think. Have you tried one without hair and maybe two horns? Slightly less tan t-shirt.
This hex code for the hex.
And perhaps a golden armband that cuts at the elbow. Thank you. Do it. Do that. I'm going to send you a little screeny.
Okay.
Actually, should I just tweet it?
Generate 4. So for each tile in tiles.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And then we want to do a 4 in I equals 0, I less than 6, for we are dealing with hexagons, I plus plus. And we're going to go through the adjacent directions. We're going to add it to the tile dot coords to get an absolute coordinate. And if occupied positions contains that absolute coordinate, doesn't contain the absolute coordinate, then we're going to turn on tile dot walls. Is that, have I made that private? No, that is public. Walls I dot set active true. I don't like that it wasn't trying to auto-complete, that makes me worried. This shouldn't be a for each anymore. What we should be doing is getting adjacent coords I. Okay, I think Unity is going to throw an error. Let's find out what the error is. The name adjacent chords doesn't exist. Is it that? It should be that. And then generate outer walls doesn't exist. Place outer walls. Oops. Okay, that should be working. Now let's see if I've put these walls in the right order in their list.
The only animator I know has just liked my most recent tweet, which is T-pose in the mist. Maybe she's come to rescue me. She's seen that all I've been able to achieve so far is a T-pose. Come on, Sophie. I need you. Okay. So 8-way movement. Let's actually just boot up Beyond My World and look at how I laid out that 8-by, because that is way easier. Let's import all of the things properly.
What's the component I'm looking for if I want to turn off the renderer? Is it mesh renderer?
Yeah, mesh renderer. You can just do renderer, because it's a subclass. Mesh renderer is a subclass of renderer. As is...
It's saying it doesn't contain... yeah.
because it might be a skinned mesh renderer later on, so it's better to access the parent class.
Mm-hmm. That's fun.
Prove it.
Alright, coming through.
Ow!
So,
Oi!
I'm turning off the player when he dies, just so I know he's dead.
Yeah.
But I'm only doing it to
The renderer.
the top renderer.
I see.
I still have a little point forwards gun.
Now you're invincible. Now you can only cause lethality. OP mode, OP, OP.
So we're not getting any walls.
OP.
Oh, of course, because
What do you think of that?
awful.
Instead of OP,
Hated it.
you're like really annoyed. And you're like, ah, P. I think that's really good.
The random trapdoor is returning a vector 3.
You can do like 2 times.
Then return trapdoor at the end. And that'll be why we weren't generating any walls.
And that's why they call them loose.
How does it feel like? Bad grammar. I can go through the quads in one direction. It's quite fun. Okay, so something has gone very wrong. We know that now.
Now we know.
And it's just order of walls. Yeah, it's like inverted.
Hey! Nine years ago today, Life Infrastructure Strategy Guide got the Kickstarter goal. God, it's a long time ago.
Oh yeah, you just don't have a wall, do you?
Okay, long-term walls. Let me look at your animator. Characters. Pathfinder. Have a look at you.
This is going to be such a pain to work out.
Oh god, okay. It looks like this.
Right, I think the way we do this, and it's gross, and it's going to take a while, but in here we're going to turn off all the mesh renderers except for this one, and we'll find out where it should be. So the first one. Right, I'm turning on number 1.
Animation hero. Let's bring all of these in, so they should be in. So use the rifle hero animation pack because it's so good.
So, hexagon. First wall checked is here. The position of that wall is actually here. So what does that mean? I should just swap it with the position there.
Excellent.
Oh, fucking hell, right. Right, so the one that's counterclockwise to the current needs... Yeah, okay. So this is the one that I've just turned on. So that one is the one that actually needs to be at the top.
Run backwards, forwards, run left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. That's how many animations I would expect for 8-way movement.
Let's see what happens if I just move that one. Maybe I just had like a frame shift issue. No, I definitely didn't just have a frame shift issue. Cool. So this one though should be working now. This should be correct.
Original and feet. Baked and baked.
No.
Right, let's have a look at it. Let's go one by one.
Oh, yeah, because I changed the order. I need to change the order here as well. Fuck. So hex. Walls. I need to lock this. Take that back to 0. Put those back in. And now we see how it goes.
Hero.
So that one is working. Out of curiosity, let's see if it just works anyway. It does not. Feels like it's almost working. So quad 5 should be where quad 4 is.
Back.
Just swap quad 4 and 5 maybe?
Haven't been visited by Phil yet today.
The door's not open. I think the door usually has to be open to like invite him in.
To summon him.
Yeah. That's part of the ritual.
No, it's cold. So sorry, Phil. If I see you, I think I've heard him scratching the door before. If you want to see, he'll come. If you build it, they will come. much quicker I can do this now. It's the second time I've ever done it.
So this one quad wants to be where?
I think I want to be
Quad 1. Quad and quad 4. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I muted myself earlier.
Oh no.
Cheers, Hugo. Alright, so currently we're trying to surround the exit door so that it's never on the edge of the arena.
Cool. Why is this redone?
So, surround trapdoor.
That's
We take the chord that it wants to be at, we add that to the origin of the floor itself. Generic tile, and then what? Is generic tile doing anything that I wouldn't want it to do right now? Just adds to the available positions, that's fine. Cool. Why was I returning out of Vector 3 for surround trapdoor? Did that auto-correct? Do I just not need that?
Yeah, that's how you get out after. Oops. Anyway, that should loop. No, that's very stupid.
Sorry, Hugo?
Eh?
Hmm?
Eh?
Okay, are we always surrounding the trapdoor with walls? Nope, because we got an exception. 139. Trapdoor tile.
Fuck's sake.
Does trapdoor prefab not have a tile on it? It doesn't. Let's do that. Okay, cool. We have surrounded the exit with walls, and that looks quite intentionally done as well, so that looks like it's working. Yeah, lovely. And I suspect we have more than 12 floor tiles, so it'll be 8. So before like these were added, we might have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if we added 2 here, 5, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
So now what does this plan tree look like?
Yeah, we've added 3, haven't we? Cool.
about twice as fast.
Can I move over to yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unmute.
Yeah. Hello everyone. We're doing animation. We're doing 8-way locomotion. If any of you know what that means. It's basically so that while you're turning around to face things, your legs dynamically adapt so that, like, if you are looking at an enemy and you start running in the other direction, your feet look as though they're running backwards. Luckily, this is not the first time I've done this. It's the second time I've done this. But the first time was a lot of teething problems, and actually I can look at my old code for reference here, which is nice. There's definitely going to be some me and you joining up on character controller stuff soon, because things like 8-way locomotion has a velocity, y and x, that it feeds into the animation tree to make sure that the legs know which direction they're going. And I mean, I can go and look over at London Underworld to see how we did that, because that's the best example we've done of it. And then, you know, grab that code and adapt it to whatever you've got going on with the current player controller. The other thing I need to do is mask out his upper body as an avatar, because right now this is a rifle pack, because this is the one on Mixamo that everyone has. So you can see he's running around here, which I'll play now, brandishing his rifle, which he won't have, because this isn't a game where you've got a rifle. This is a game where you've got an axe and a gun or magic hand. If we do give him a magic hand, I think I want to give him like a, you know, like a Space Marine Power Fist type thing, whereas it's just one much bigger hand.
Like a Nintendo Power.
Like a big stone or big gold hand. It's just much bigger on one arm than on the other. I think that'd look quite cool. Because he's already got one like gold arm. Yeah. Can just make his hand a big gold hand. So now that locomotion's in, and the blend tree isn't exactly correct, I want to probably have a look at the way it was done previously. Let's crack open the old player controller code. So actually there's a scene here that we download stuff in. Now scene, gameplay staging. Let's crack that open and have a look at what is controlled code look like. So player has a player movement. Yeah, the way that we did the character controller in London Underworld is actually very good. It's not using physics controls, but other than that, it's pretty spot on. You might want to look at how to reuse that in the future for when we have our character. So there's not a lot going on in player movement really, which is nice. This is all the code. Some of this is for over-the-shoulder aiming and top-down aiming, and there's a coroutine about dodging. The movement is really 20 lines, maybe? That's good. Yeah. Now, one thing that we do have here is this is using the old input system,
where you can define a vector too. I wonder if we can just have get axis horizontal and get axis vertical be the same thing. Probably, yeah. Do you want to maybe do a little co-work on this now?
Yeah.
Do you want to come and zip over here and I can show you the code we had for Underworld? The 8-way movement I've got on the guy now. So actually, yeah, let me grab the player controls because actually we do want him to be facing the direction of aim, not the direction of movement. I was wrong. His rotation should be based on his aim. So have you pushed recently?
Not particularly.
Do you want to just push whatever you've got going on with walls and stuff as well? Alright, let's pull this and see what we can do. Dan White is one of the best people on Twitter. Dan33. I'm Dan, I'm 24 and I love the Matrix. He's got all of his tweets are just about him doing very, very embarrassing things. It's really worth going through. Worth a scroll. So yeah. If I slap your player controller on this mesh, I should be able to drive this guy around.
You might need to do one or two things in Inspector, but yeah.
Sure. And then let's crack open the movement script and we'll look at this and we'll translate it over. Because there's even a top-down aim there, actually. Like, we might be able to copy a lot of this over. Sure. This is great. I guess this is what happens when you're not game jam coding. Like, this was proper code. Okay, yeah, so you have a player movement something. Is it?
Hell, that animation.
No. Oh, this one?
The one that was in your animation bar.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Well,
ridiculous amount of nodes.
Nix now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've had to cut this down. This was like this long. So, is it, what's it called? Just like player movement or something? Movement?
Player movement is the script.
Let's pop that on here. And let's see if we can drive about. I don't have one of those. Does that matter?
No, as long as you don't press spacebar.
Okay. Oh, has it got a dash associated now? With screen shake?
Yeah.
I love it. Good shit. Polish early. No.
You're getting an old section. I wonder if that is the screen shake. Oh, you don't have a rigid body?
Ah, yeah, I don't have anything. Sorry, yeah. What do we need? Rigid body and collider?
I don't even know if you need a collider.
Let's give him one anyway, eh?
You do need a rigid body.
That makes sense. You need one of those requires blank of type blank type deals. You've done those?
Yeah.
I've started doing that recently. Sour little
I just don't know what you mean.
man. You can put a script requires type of thingy.
Type of.
Type of rigid, and it will automatically add it when you add a script.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Requires
right.
component.
Cool. Yeah.
Type of rigid. What angular drag have you got going on right now?
No.
Fucking hell.
And you can put this guy on player layer as well if you like.
Player layer. No children change. Just the subject. Alright. He's gonna fall. Yeah. He's so slow. Is your guy this slow?
Well, yeah. That makes pretty slow.
Okay. He's getting higher. He's getting higher.
That's interesting. He should be y-axis locked.
It's
your guy is
the
y-axis locked then.
Yeah, and also it's the animation I think that's actually raising him.
Well,
It might not be. But that's fine, I can address that. Constraints. Freeze position on the Y, freeze rotation on the X and Z. And let's see if I can drive him around. He's not flying anymore. Hooray. Alright. Okay, cool. So now if we crack this open, we want to grab some things. Let's just do a comparison here, because this is obviously running into the... this is just the whole... You got damage and stuff on here as well. HP melee damage. In the player movement script!
It's not a player movement script.
I'm disappointed.
It's an LD.
This early! Like 6 hours in. Okay, so... Grazie. So where's his move? What makes him move? You're grabbing movement on fixed update.
Yep. That's what we did in Lala.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't think you want to be grabbing movement in fixed update.
Why not? Because if you don't do that, you do it with timed up death time. It's the same thing.
Well, no, because it's actually how often is it checking your inputs? It must be checking your inputs every frame.
Not necessarily.
I think so.
If you're holding forwards down for less than a 20th of a second or whatever, you should really ring machine.
Don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to feel less.
There's no way you're going to be able to do some input movement between fixed update checks.
Definitely you can.
It's like 50 times a second or something.
Yeah, if you're just doing this, my character's not responding correctly.
Well, you will be.
No, it's not 50 seconds. It's 5 times a second. Fixed update.
Is it?
0.2 seconds.
Oh, okay. I mean, it feels fine.
Cool. Okay, so transform.look at, we'll get rid of that in a bit. So we already have an X input and a Z input.
Mm-hmm.
So what have we got going on here? This has an input and X input, Z input. It's also got camera relative movement on this one, but I think that's because we can still do camera relative movement, especially if the camera's going to track left and right. We can come back to that. So animator, so it wants an animator, I guess. And then it wants to...
Do you need me for anything, or are you happy just changing the script?
I think I can be happy changing this script, I'm not sure.
Just make sure I can do this.
Okay. Okay, alright, okay. Movement dot normalized. Got you. Let's try this actually. Vector 3 movement is horizontal. Okay, cool, let's just do this. Set velocity is setting your rigid body velocity. Got it. Let's just put this in a you can kiss away pain for you, and I will stand by you forever. Alright, let's see what happens then. You can take my breath away. Am I setting a float? No, am I setting a float? Velocity Z and velocity X. Yeah. Let's see where we get with this. Oh, I haven't assigned the animator. That's not going to do out then, is it? Okay, it doesn't appear to be doing anything.
Ooh, that's cool.
What's cool?
So I'm doing some different shapes for later.
Yeah, it's cool. I like the mosquito looking one. Yeah, very different. 79. Okay. Okay, so it's not doing anything at all.
Some cool stuff on my page.
Yeah. Transform dot forward, transform dot right. Ah, no, okay. That's why. Let's have him not look around for a second. Where's his rotation governed? Transform dot look at. Let's get rid of that because I think that actually might be what's doing it. No. Velocity Y isn't changing at all. Ah, it's because it's velocity Z. Try again. And the final reason it's not working is because, drum roll please, we never go into this. This needs to be the default layer state. Now things might get zany. We can but bloody hope. Yeah, it's pretty much working. God, that's good. 8 directional. It's so good. Okay, we have it. So I want him to look at where the cursor is pointing instead. I'll just fire that back to you.
Yep.
Okay, cool. The other thing I want to do is, before I give it back, I want to change his... where's pointing? It's so cool. He's got a little jump attack he can do at the moment that I just wanted to put in just to test cape physics, but I'm taking the cape out right now, but just look up. It's really good. I mean, it just zips him back at the beginning because it's using root motion. But like, so he's running around. And then just give him a jump attack. Yeah! But pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So I guess one of the nice things about I need to learn how root motion works properly, because root motion animation obviously just looks super slick because it's properly IK'd all the time.
Yeah.
We can eyeball it for now, for sure, for his foot movement. But just very, very satisfying. Okay, so I want to do the thing where there are layers and I can exclude his upper body from animating. So animation, unity, exclude upper body. Animation layers, yeah, masking, ignoring body parts, animation. Animation. So this layer wants a mask. I want to make a new mask. How do I make a new mask? Let's go into animations. Let's just make an animation mask, maybe. Avatar mask. There we go. Upper body mask. Which it might want to be the opposite of that. This might be the lower body mask.
Oh, you've changed player movement, haven't you? That's fine.
You might even just be able to do that and just have arms and head different. Can I go more specific? Is this right? Is this how I want to do it? What's this exclamation mark? Well, that's sort of correct. Ah. It's this, isn't it? Okay. It looks like a little goob, but yeah, it's correct. Just serialize this field. Speed multiplier. Making it 4, wasn't it? Bit high.
Hi.
Hello. Ah. Dashing. Does dashing increase your speed and then never set it back?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Where's the...
I think it does.
Why does it look?
I don't think it is.
It is.
When you dash.
See how it goes back to normal?
But you've not told it to go back to normal anyway.
No, I haven't.
Where?
In the dash.
The dash coroutine.
It reduces the dash multiplier. It puts it up to 2 and then...
And then slide, I can slide it back down. Got you. My guy never seems to get slow. Once dashed.
Is that some wacky animation into it?
Maybe. Could be.
Is that arrow? I've never seen a blue arrow on a, as like a collab thing before.
Blue arrow?
There's a blue plus if it's new. There's like a something if it's changed.
No, it's a blue up arrow if you've got something to push.
I've got a blue white arrow.
Blue right arrow? Oh, you know what it is? It's because the script's not completing because I don't have a screen check element.
That'll do it.
That'll kill you. Okay, and then we want like upper body X. Yeah. Assets. Animation. Hero. Let's give you an X hold. X idle. We also need to give you an X at some point, I guess. Rig. Humanoid. Copy from. Hero in the city. Not gonna stand here. Lower layer. Add a layer. Upper layer. Maybe that'll do it. Just add X idle. Oh, it's not going to be called that, is it? What is it? Oh, it is. So you need a different avatar mask. Upper body mask. What is this exclamation mark? Let's try this. Yeah, that's legit. That's pretty good, 8-directional movement, actually. He wants like an attack animation as well, right? Like an X swing.
Yeah.
Pretty slow. This is sick. Like an action game with a cool fantasy man who has a big axe. That's cool. We haven't done anything like that before. He's tilted so much. Why are you leaning forward so much, man? Eh? Heidelberg. What is that rotation? Looks pretty lame. Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it, actually. Okay. I'm going to push this. This is decent for an LD so far already. 8-way leg movement, separated upper and lower layers, idle, X swing, all whip. Whew. You're about to applaud me. No, you're about to applaud me. Can't applaud, you've got pie buckets. If you want to celebrate me, use a popper. How you doing? Whatever.
Just a new enemy movement.
Cool. Cool. I think that is the better attack, isn't it? You know in Dark Souls, when you attack,
What's that for?
it's a video game. You know in Elden Ring, when you attack?
Yeah.
You can't be like moving and attacking. You can't move and shoot. It stops you in place.
With melee, yes.
Yeah, with melee. Do you want to do the same thing?
Maybe.
It's tried and tested.
Yeah. Well, moving and melee is also tried and tested.
What games do that?
Most
Realms? I don't think most do. I think when you press an attack, usually your movement is taken away from you for a second. In like,
any first person game,
like Skyrim.
keeps you moving while you're attacking.
Yeah,
Like every first person game is that.
that's true.
Attacking in Zelda
Stops
you probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an ARPG thing almost.
Yeah.
In something like in roguelikes, they don't tend to stop you.
I think in Hades they will.
Hades won't. Isaac doesn't. Gungeon doesn't.
But they're not melee, are they? Well, they have Ass Swipey, I guess. But it's sort of treated like a projectile. I think most games where you have a melee swing, you are stopped in place for a second. You sort of have to wait for the animation to play out before you're given freedom back.
Yeah.
That might be how we want to do it, honestly.
It probably works for balance because the danger of melee is that you're committing to stones.
Yeah, you can't just like try to keep things in like small range.
Yeah. Or at the very least, maybe it just slows you down.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
That's the thing, you just walk slowly.
it's the thing you walk slowly.
You don't stop for Estus.
True.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Dark Souls 2. You walk slow. That's maybe fun.
Yeah. I think also for the sake of animation states, for some of the attacks to look better, we want to be using the attack root motion. And so actually we probably do want to stop you let the root motion do, like, for example, in some of these axe swings, right? Like I've got him just because his legs always flat, right? He just does this, and it's really weird because in this thing he steps into it, isn't it?
Right.
And so being able to do that, like have you
Yeah.
walk around and then just have him go, and then like you can then back out of it or whatever. Yeah. Cool. It might be a bit more natural.
Are you going out for the smoke?
No, I just cold.
Alright,
You'd win it.
do you want to put the heat on?
Yeah, can do.
Can do.
Ding fond it to make an axe. I think he got an axe. He's just swinging his hand around. You know, also, for my own joy, let me put actual materials on him. He already looks good with literally just the colours.
Flat material.
Yeah, it's not even flat. It's just the URP standard lit. It's kind of crap, but at this distance, it's always pretty cool with all the filtering. But with flat kit, I imagine he will look even better. But yeah, if you look at this, I mean, I can show you. There's a bit of a dodgy because basically I've got a lower body and an upper body working separately.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, there's his lower body idle. I've done something bad here, but look how far forward he's tilted. Like, why is he?
He's also very far to the right.
He's leaning very oddly. This is just very silly to me.
Has he got like missing something?
His cape would normally be there.
Right. Sure.
But I haven't done all of the dynamic ability stuff yet, so it just does this and it looks a bit weird. So I'm just taking it off for now. Yeah. I might actually take the cape off altogether if it ends up being a bit fucky and just put his back on. And he's just wearing a hood, basically. I don't know why that's his idol right now. But anyway, you can see runny roundy. Pretty good, 8-way directional. And then if I just go into the animator here, let's make him a bit bigger here. I've got X swing. And because he's not stepping into the hit, it just looks very odd.
It's a bit odd.
But you would be able to control movement in that if it wasn't for that. I have to click out the window when I do it. There you go.
Yeah.
So you can do that. I don't know why. You just have to press the keys fresh. Not really. Yeah. Whereas jump attack there obviously looks one. Oh yeah, he's only doing. Jump attack is currently only mapped to his lower body. So you know he's doing like a before. Now it's just his legs that do jump attack. So it's just. It's actually really good.
He also slides all the way back to where he was stood at the beginning of it as well.
He does in jump attack, yeah. No, with his other ones, he would do ones that loop, some ones that step back into the original position, like this one, for example. You can see starts here, steps back. I do like jump attack. I like that he just headbutts now. He's with his arms by his side. Not that we have our jump attack in the game. But. So yeah, but I think the other way we could do this is if I make a third layer. Where did it go? There it is. Third layer here, just like total body. It overrides the other layers. With no avatar mask. And then, well, none. Is this going to do what I think it's going to do? I've given it no animation data in the override. Will it know what to do? Or is this just going to T-pose him now permanently? And then parameters. Yeah. So yeah, now I can do basically have a third layer, which is his full body. So you have lower and upper, but then for anything that needs his full body, that should just override the state. So his upper body is currently doing the the idol for the axe, as opposed to the rifle, right? He's holding an axe. His lower body is still in 8-way movement.
Yep.
It's a weird tilt for some reason. But then if I want to axe swing, it just overrides both, and then it will put him back. I mean, it's not... Obviously, there's a bit of snapping going on here, but... Like what we would do is actually just blend that more, I guess. And also have that blend a bit more, possibly. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Why is there an exclamation mark on this? I just don't understand. Unity. What's it called? Animation layer. Exclamation mark. Yellow. Okay, I'm going to push you this guy. Some changes to animations. Swing full body layer movement. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those wagons rolling.
Let's see if it is intelligently combining our player movement changes. It's not informing me of any problems. It's not to say it's dynamic. So player movement, what can I look out for to know that your thing works? My animator set floats is all there, but then also I've added the melee cooldown and screen shape for that, so it looks like it's done.
So yeah, the look at is currently, it wants to be, you know.
Yep. Do you want to switch over to me and you come over here and we'll actually put the player in instead of my...
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright, do you want to mute yourself over there?
Let's do that as well. How long until we're allowed to write some music?
Whatever you like, mate.
I know, right? Isn't that cool?
Muted.
Alright, and we're back over here. Right.
It seems quite bright. Let's put that on. 2, maybe. Let's do that.
Right, you know what, I'll pull up a pew.
Sure. Alright, so instead of what have I got on my player right now that's important? Player movement and player attacks. So, and that's in a prefab that I have called player. So we're changing him out just for hero.
Hero, yeah.
So stick hero down.
So he doesn't have a player attacks right now. He doesn't have player movement.
Cool.
He doesn't have anything assigned into that screen shake bit either.
That's fine. So that's what we can do now. X-swing, hitbox. So he needs a hitbox for an X-swing as well. He's quite big compared to what I was running.
Yeah, he's about twice the height, isn't he?
I think this is like 0.4 or something to make it smaller compared to the tiles.
Got you. Yeah, he's just a straight up 1, pretty much.
Yep.
We can resize things. I think you can resize him comfortably, question mark. Probably.
Oh, that's the wrong bit. Screen shake is where we want that. Okay.
How does melee hitbox work?
Do you think I can just literally put a 0.4 on him and be okay?
Yeah. You want to change his speed appropriately as well. He's very small looking now.
Just get the camera a bit closer. There you go. Oh, he's massive.
He's huge.
Fuck! I just make him smaller.
Shrink him! Shrink him forthwith.
So he's got his screen shake. He needs an X hitbox. So let's just go in here, grab that. Just pop that. What do I want to child this to, do you think? Chest?
Yeah, I guess hips, if it's just his, which direction he's facing. Well, no, it's just his mesh, right?
Just the whole thing, it's just a child of hero.
It's just a child of hero, yeah, it's just it's his forward, isn't it? It's always going to be in front of him.
Yeah.
The other option is, obviously, we'll give him an axe, and you can just put it on the axe and turn it on and off.
That's a weird rotation. Rotational chicken.
He's at negative 141.24.
Oh, it's because he's angled weirdly.
Yeah, it's just angled to look nice on man.
So if I just
Like so.
do like that and that just for a second.
Mm-hmm. I need to give you tiles that are parented at the top.
There you go, we'll just go for that for now.
Sure. Yeah, I think the way of doing it is literally actually just for we put a hitbox on his axe blade. And this is how they do it in Dark Souls actually, if you want to look at the animation data in Dark Souls. Like on a whip, there's just loads of capsules on the whip that are turned on and off.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's how fighting games work as well. And then we'll just put something on his axe that's a bit bigger, and then it's just childed to the axe. And so as the axe moves, just if it is literally hit by that hitbox.
Sure.
That's just on for X frames of the animation.
Fine.
In fact, you actually put them in as an animation event probably. Hitbox active, hitbox inactive.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah.
So now he wants... so, hang on. Let's, I guess, do an apply all here, because I've been changing this. Is that alright?
Yeah, you go ahead.
So, in here, we can assign the X hitbox like that. And out here we still have control screen shake, that's good. So he should just work, right?
Yeah, I think so. Nope.
That's runtime stuff.
It's not. Right.
It's somewhat working, but do you know what the problem there is?
What?
Enemies are looking for a player. They need to be looking for a hero.
Wow.
Deep.
That's deep there. Deepak Chopra. Cheers, man. Appreciate the laugh. You can't turn around.
Why can't he turn around? He should just face the direction he's running.
I've turned that off.
Oh, I see.
Because otherwise he's... Actually, you can turn that on, but I guess I was testing the 8-way movement, right? He wants to face the direction he's...
Well, you can spin around like this.
That's a video game. It's nice to know the 8-way movement really does work. It looks really natural in a stupid way.
Why can he do that? He should have like a million angular velocity.
Might have turned that off.
Right, well, he's gonna kill everyone.
I mean, that'll all be overwritten anyway, won't it?
Die.
You have to be... Are they dead?
No. No one's dying. His hitbox is all lanky and wrong. Oh,
Okay.
we got him. Yeah, got him.
Hey, I guess his hitbox wasn't wrong so much as he was facing away from the enemies.
What happened here? There is no renderer attached to the hero.
Right, it's a child. But you
So,
don't.
so
this
we
doesn't
died
matter
is
anyway.
what happened
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. But this doesn't matter anyway. I just think for the death, I don't want to rip off Hades, but I'm going to. You know when, I think a few games do this, when you die, it like just the screen goes red and your character is just like a white silhouette and they do a death animation.
Yeah.
Hades does that and it looks really cool. But Truce does as well. It looks like good. I think I've seen a few games of it. I did it in
You could just become like a fucking big beam of light that just like
Become a beam.
blasts upwards.
You could become Doom. You could become the Christ.
Maybe the camera zooms in on him and he goes.
You could do the Sonic the Hedgehog thing, you know, where you just go and renders in front of everything and just goes
Yeah.
oh, that's yeah, Mario. We're gonna explode into a pile of blood. It's been incredibly gory death. His life could flash before his eyes. We render. We capture everything.
That's what Out Wilds does.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
When you die, you just get like a quick playback of the entire last like 20 minutes of the game.
Ah, that's cool. I'm glad someone's done it because it's a great idea.
How many more of them go?
Eh?
How many more of them go?
No, just for me. Only for me.
I
Didn't
guess
you
I
lose
am
one to
you
the-
then.
Didn't you lose one to the ether at one point?
Yeah. that's still gone.
I think I might have found it. I think I might have served it to you yesterday. So, also,
Mhm.
when he swingeth his axe,
Mhm.
there's an animator trigger that you can call.
Which hand's he holding his axe in?
Right. Right hand for axe, left hand for magic or whatever it is.
Mhm. So, sorry, when he swings his axe.
Axe is his animator.
Mhm.
I think the trigger is currently called axe swing capital A capital S.
So I can just tuck that in now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was already part of this, wasn't it?
And I think a nice way of doing this also is have you got like a can move ball?
Yeah.
We'll turn that on and off from the animation.
Mhm.
So there can be a few frames where you like step into it a little bit if we want.
Okay. So, my animator dot set trigger
Mm-hmm.
X swing.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep. The screen check's happening too early now, but that's good.
Yeah. Also, I guess screen check really wants to happen on collision, right? He can just miss the swing.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the Dark Souls thing of over swinging, where it only plays out that full animation if you miss, but if you hit, we can just end the animation early.
You could do. It means you might not get a few in an arc though.
That's true. I guess what you do is you speed up the tail of the animation, don't you, if you win. Have a separate animation where he has the whole bring his axe back, or one where it just goes like that. That's not like a successful hit.
It's not a priority, but
It's not,
cool.
but-
It's cool.
It is it's good juice, it's good game feel. If Will was here, it'd be the only thing he was focusing on. We'd be like, that's a sick idea, that's game feel, that's juice, that's what gets us the points.
Why is this commented out currently?
Because I don't want him to look at where he's facing.
Oh yeah, we're doing the other one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Don't think I need anything else from you.
Having
lots of fun.
Oh, good.
Game jam. Are you having lots of fun?
I'm having loads of fun, mate.
You don't sound like it. You sound particularly reserved. I really did pick the worst packet. It's just like 900 strawberries. I will have an orangey one. I would have given it to you, but you hate it.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I hate you. Extreme mic muted. I'll be honest, that's me working with it.
What's vector 3 dot dot?
Dot dot. Like a dot product.
Oh, okay. So you can't multiply vectors, but you can just use the special password, and then you can multiply vectors. I see.
A dot product isn't quite the
Hey, cool dude.
multiplication of a vector, right? It returns a float between 0 and 1.
What's it doing then?
It's the angle, it's the relative angle between two vectors.
What's angle then?
Angle in degrees.
Yeah.
Dot product goes 0 through 1 through 0, like that. It's how sharp the angle is
Okay.
as 0 and 1. It's a very useful mathematical tool.
Sure. Enjoy it.
Sure. Okay. No, you it would make more sense to you than it would to me. I don't know why you're thinking. You're the math man.
James the math man.
James the math man. You're the mathman's apprentice.
Well, I've been doing some fucking good hex maths.
You're an absolute math lad. Hex math is arcane.
We're just going to go ahead and say this will work. Ah. Fair enough. Main cams. Is it fine for this to be referencing main cam even though we're using vcams? It is, isn't it?
Yeah. The camera still has a.
Right.
You're gonna want to assign that camera.
Yep. One of them wants to happen in the prefab, and one of them wants to happen not in the prefab.
Are you doing optimization right now?
No, I'm doing what's necessary to make it work.
Oh, okay.
Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked,
No.
idiot.
Uh-oh. Oh no!
Get fucked, idiot.
Now, how is it working? What are you currently scanning for? Just like a height?
I'm just scanning for where the mouse hits the ground.
But what about where it doesn't hit the ground? Like when you look over to the very far left?
It's just a big plane.
And is that gonna go? Is that moving with the player's height? That plane? Because you're
Plane.
gonna fall down.
Yeah, as you go down a layer, it's just going to drop to the floor of the next bit.
Okay, cool. Now, is it going to currently prevent you from falling, or is it?
Actually, yeah, does it want to be moving with the player? Like, are we very slightly like bending over? I guess it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, the player's Y height is just where you can just terminate it there if you want. Also, if you want to make the plane not have any collisions, you can make it a trigger and tell the raycast to accept triggers, which is probably so you can fall through it if shit gets weird or whatever.
Sorry, say all of that again. What?
So you're currently raycast hitting a plane, right, which is a collider.
Yeah.
But if you want to make it so that that plane doesn't interrupt, doesn't like bump into stuff because
Mhm.
it's a collider,
Yeah.
you can set it as a trigger.
Yeah, convex trigger. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can you'll have to in the raycast you have to say, I can scan for triggers as well. Cool Doom wants to know what this is.
It's a Ludum Dare game Strata, which is wave-based arena shooter where you drop through hatches in the floor, but you have to try and stay as high up as you can for as long as you can to upgrade your player. Otherwise, you'll get caned later on.
Yeah.
I need to say something about I can hit triggers.
It's physics.raycast. It's like after ground layer. No,
Query interaction type. Yeah, I'm not getting autocomplete right now for some reason.
It is. You are right though. It is like interaction type. Yeah, I don't know what it is though. I don't know what the syntax is. Yeah. Query trigger interaction. Equals true. Is
No,
it
it's
that
not a ball. It's type query trigger interaction.
Oh. There you go. There was the. Oh no, it wasn't. Oh, no. Equals query and trigger interaction dot something.
Query always report triggers, so it's dot collide. So it's this dot collide.
Try to autofill something else, which is confusing.
It's just because it's the name of something else that's already in that script.
Oh, I see. Ain't doing it.
When did this stop working?
When you made it a trigger and it's not doing the thing anymore.
He briefly, when it's outside of the When it's over there, it works.
Where's the plane? That's very wacky. That's quite zany, isn't it?
Oh, it's convex now. How does that work?
The other option you have is...
Wasn't it? It was just fine before, though.
Well, was it, though?
Yeah.
Is it not going to, like, cause things... Like, you won't be able to fall anymore, for example?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That seems bad, doesn't it?
But it's not got a rigid body on it.
Doesn't allow it to collide it.
But it's not rigid. That means you can like go through it.
It will not be affected by physics, is all that means.
Such as like two things hitting each other, that's physics.
Right, but the other thing will be affected by it. I think with a rigid body will be affected by it. The other option you have is to go into the project settings, physics thingies, and just have ground layer not collide with anything.
So do that, and then...
The thing is, though, I think it does need to be able to collide with player for the raycast on a player script to work. I feel like that's a thing.
Well, let's find out. So what am I doing?
Edit. Project settings. Physics. You get a nice little grid down there.
So ground
just wants to not work with anything.
Push, 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 push. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this won't work though.
He's happy.
It is happy. Take one of those tiles away and see if you can fall through.
Well, I'm locking my Y.
Oh, unlock your Y and see what happens.
It's a bash of baddie, so...
The baddie.
Do buddy.
Yeah.
But is that...
It's not that that's doing it. Oh, have you got gravity enabled? Use gravity is off. It's remarkably slow fall.
Bye.
Why is that happening?
Use gravity. Is it that it has so much
Insane
drag?
angular drag.
What if we do that?
It doesn't even have any regular drag, which he should probably have.
Oh.
Is there no collider on anything?
It's very possible. Nope.
Well, hex beveled O1 should have a collider there.
Nope.
Just give it a mesh collider and it'll automatically give it the right name. Yeah. Wants to be convex. Probably. Cool.
Yeah.
You probably are right. Should we just mesh collider all that? No. Cool. I noticed he still did fall quite slowly.
I noticed that as well.
Might be because of an animation. You can test this by just turning his animator off and seeing what happens.
Oh, go away. Oh, go away. Right. So, hero, animator, hex tile, go away.
Nope, ain't the animator. Well, that's nice to know. Oh, is it his movement? Are you setting his like Y movement every frame? You're changing his velocity, setting his velocity to 0 and things like that, or some wacky shit like that.
Possibly, yeah.
Shall I fix it? Or do you like this? Kind of beautiful in its own way. So elegant.
If I could fly
To the edge of the earth,
Mohammed and the bee.
Ali, zoom, zoom.
That's fine.
Where's the thing that says velocity? Marby's velocity equals input velocity. Which is got a 0 on it. Yeah, okay.
So I just say whatever is current.
Well, yeah, but probably in the set velocity bit, not here.
In the set velocity bit, not here.
Yeah. Like this is getting his movement vector that you're putting in, but you have a set velocity function.
Yeah.
You probably won't do it here instead.
So just change the Y value of input velocity to whatever it currently is.
Yeah.
Sure.
Back to 32. This guy's on insane maths.
He's moving in so many
Hyperdimensional
dimensions.
mathematics. Can't do this, can you?
Why not?
You can't just set a Y of x3.
Yeah, you can. Are you thinking of like transform components?
Maybe. My rb.velocity.y. It's slow, kids. You can see it's done.
It's what?
It's my rb is private.
Right.
Cool. Wait, still wrong. You never use ignore vertical velocity. I'm guessing dash never factored in. Was it dash? Did you dash?
No.
Oh.
I think I just walked over the green bit.
What happened?
I think I just walked over the green bit.
That's it. And you went very, very high.
Oh, no. It just...
It's at the end of the axe animation.
Maybe.
Don't play anything, hang on. No, it's just after a certain amount of time.
You just get ruptured.
Try standing still when you play. Okay. It's something to do with movement. Okay, so it's... No, never mind. I didn't say it's playable. You just have to sneak. Why is this happening, I wonder? What is it?
Fuck.
He goes very, very high. It's not getting less fun, is it? So what? All right, what is it?
Are we? If his y velocity goes very slightly positive, does it then just multiply itself forever? Is that what's happening?
So, but not again. You're multiplying by speed.
He doesn't need to
You're
be.
multiplying by speed.
It will. Yeah.
His y velocity should not be multiplied by speed multiplier.
Right. So move that here.
Ignore the vertical velocity. Is it input velocity? Yeah, sure.
Well, we have to also do this as well, right?
Yeah, presumably. I still don't understand why that makes him go very, very high. And only after a little bit.
I think what's happening is as he's stepping between hex tiles,
That's when his
there's a
y
rounding
changes,
error
yeah.
somewhere.
Right. Does seem bad, doesn't it? Does feel more appropriate.
And then
Down you go.
ooh, I'm on the next level.
It's pretty sick, actually. So one of the things we want to do is while he's falling, like while his
We lock in.
velocity is less than X amount, we freeze your input. Can't be when there's any change, because there might be subtle changes. Option B is when you...
Wish upon a star.
Doesn't matter who you are. When you remove the trapdoor tile,
It makes like a tunnel.
you leave like a... Well, you could do that, but I was thinking you make like a trigger on there. His Y position is always locked with the thingy. But if you are scanning underneath you and you find the trigger that was left, then you unfreeze your Y position.
Don't understand that. What?
Okay. It's actually probably not super, it's probably not required. I want to do a thing where when he's falling, he also does like a and then when he lands, he does like a
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. He gets his axe stuck in the ground. And you have to you do a quick time event to get it out.
It's kind of fun. You have to just mash.
Yeah. I mean, if the walls of the arena for the next one just go up as high as the current arena,
You can't fall out.
you can just control that you can fall if you want.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun sound that we've done there. Yeah, I want those walls definitely need to just be like a washy effect, because it feels very claustro in a way that like it feels super spacious here. It could even be invisible, honestly. I don't think they actually need to be visible walls.
Okay. Go over there.
I'm so angry. Why are you so angry? You're physically shaking. You're scaring me. I'm gonna go over here. Not because you told me to. Alright. Big duck. I'm a sick fuck, I like a big duck. Can you push to me, please, so that I can changes to the prefab of the hero? like changing his materials. Do you want me to also push you a couple of these tiles as prefabs, like the stone and the glass one? And
Yeah.
You can start generating
Get him in, bro.
the colours correctly.
Do you want me to just use the scene that you're in there to do the generation?
We can make a third scene, maybe.
Just duplicate that one.
I'm still going to want to probably just fuck around with something visible, like I can't do previs if I don't have loads of tiles already in the scene kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you can make a duplicate of this.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Because like the clouds and the post-processing are there.
Yep.
He's so small now! How did we do the IK? No, we didn't do it. Saying how did we do the cool footstep sounds in Fishy Lake? You know when you like walk up onto the wood, you get wood sounds. But I actually think we just put collider boxes over it, didn't we? It was like if you are in this, when that footstep sound happens.
Yep.
We didn't actually check what the foot was touching.
Nope.
I wonder if we should do that. I wonder if that's easier. To just check what the foot is touching.
Like
when a foot lands, it does an event.
It's up to you, pal. You're doing animation shit.
It probably is easier.
Go for it.
You just do a little overlap sphere event when the foot lands. And we check against tile layer.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever material type it returns, it plays a relevant sound.
Yep.
Because he's moving between stone and glass right now. Pretty commonly. And presumably metal. I'm imagining
if nothing else, the hatch is probably metal.
Yeah,
isn't
I'm
it?
imagining it as like the same kind of brassy gold as his armpits. So
Okay.
there's some kind of lore.
You got law going in.
Ooh, I wonder if I can make grass as a fucking decal. I think I can.
Give it a go, pal.
Because you can do normal maps as well.
Normal maps.
Hey?
Normal maps.
Sorry, what did I say?
Normal maps. You said it in not
Is
a
that
normal
very
way.
abnormally?
Grass, texture.
What was I about to do? I was about to do something. Put drag on this enemy and also make him move much faster.
Cause it gets easy. Quite see this through glass.
With normal map.
In plastic box. Some Christmas stuff.
Oh, that's lovely. That's not grass, but bloody lovely. And what is it? Just like leafy foliage. It's so good. Don't make me pay for it. Give it to me now. Oh, it is free. It's so weird. I wouldn't want to pay for this, and now that I know it's free, I kind of want to tip the guy. How do I get it though? Oh, is this? Yeah. How do you get it? Down the app. That's a link. Oh,
so sick. Let me make a texture of it.
So you want way more drag than that.
Eh?
Do you mind, Phil? You want less drag than that.
I think scale-wise, he did look better, bigger
Like relative to the.
to the tiles.
Do you want to generate more in the arena then?
Yeah.
It does make the the hatch is going to be a pretty small gap for him to go down.
It's like a guy-sized gap.
That's-
Maybe
that's
like
pretty-
0.8 more than a 1, but
That's
I
pretty
think
precise. Sure. Like the tiles are only one across. Like you're going to have to fit the capsule through it. That's pretty tight.
as long as there's any room, we're okay. Basically, it's about.
Is it
twice the
not going to
radius.
feel bad for that to be possibly a fiddly interaction when you're completely overwhelmed by enemies though?
It shouldn't feel fiddly though. Once you go over it, you should just fall.
But if you're like not completely centered on it,
Um,
you need to center yourself up quite precisely if it's
I think you
near.
just have to run into the middle of the hole.
Right, but pretty precisely.
Yeah,
If that
I
size
think
is
it's fine. I
Yeah.
think it's fine. It's like twice the radius of the guy if he's at 0.8. It's more the height that I think looks weird.
I'll just change that one.
Don't do that. What have I got on the textures? Let's grab that. That. And that. Now, decals.
Okay, we need some bigger arenas then. Let's slap some more bad boys on there.
With fun-looking tiles, they look way more fun with more bits in them anyway, to be honest.
So currently I'm generating a 15 tile floor. Let's go for something closer to 30. Hey Rubik's. It's an arena shooter where more and more enemies are spawning in. There is a way to escape down to the next floor, but as you go down to new floors by like falling through a trapdoor, it gets harder. So you want to try and stay as high as you can for as long as you can to try and pick up upgrades and buffs and that kind of thing before you head down. So you're trying to survive the waves for as long as you can before you just get overwhelmed and need to escape.
Just want to say that's perfect. Really smash that description.
Cheers, bro.
Please, oh please, oh please, be the coolest possible thing.
Do you want to push what you've got and I'll duplicate that scene and start working on it?
Almost. I almost want to do that.
Are you feeling hungry yet?
Am I feeling hungry? Good question. No, yeah, maybe.
You have to know.
I don't know. Caught me at the wrong moment of the song there, didn't you? Boy, must your face be red.
You don't know if you're hungry.
Can you repeat the question?
Are you hungry?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm hungry. Yeah.
Are you hungry?
I keep asking.
I like
I
answer.
don't. What do you?
Answer the question.
I don't think so. I don't know. What do you want to eat?
Indian.
Indian. I like Indian. It's very tasty.
It is, yeah.
Yum. For example. Do I want to eat Indian food right now?
This is.
No, I'm not hungry.
No one has spent this long answering the question. Are you hungry?
no one's
in the
ever
history of
done
man.
this before. I'm not hungry.
Alright, I'm gonna have one of them pork buns because I'm a bit hungry. Shall I switch over to you?
Yeah, go for it. I'm playing with grass.
Alright. Okay. Visuals are swapped. Let me know when you're unmuted.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nero stream, aka the good bit. Oh, bless that. You can hear me. God. I'm like 40% confident you heard me. So low. No, stop that. That's better. That took some time to realign. But if you look aside, I'm sure you'll find. Over your shoulder, I did it with mine as I am. Angel, my name is Drake Compagnon. Did you know that?
This is the Drake and Josh.
That is the Drake and Josh music, and he is in jail for diddling minors.
Which one?
Which minor? Drake. I not tell you about this. That Drake Bell has had like just the most surreal. He's like. He basically became quite big in Mexico, and he legally changed his name from Drake Bell to Drake Compagnon. Compagnon being the Spanish word for bell. And then he's now in jail, and his court hearing is on YouTube. It's surreal.
What's Josh up to?
Like living a really healthy, normal life. Yeah, he came off really well.
They're good pork buns.
Eh?
They're good pork buns.
Yeah? Good to know.
Have you not pushed?
No, let me push now, hang on. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Some leafy decals being tested. Boy a bit bigger. That's it. That's what I've done. Cannot submit changes to server. Interesting. Have you considered trying again? Sorry.
How many different kinds of stone are there? Is it just one?
One stone can be, but obviously can be rotated, and if you don't mind fiddling with some material thingies, can be darkened. I can maybe just make 3 materials that it could be. Is that the easiest way of doing it? Maybe. It just picks one at runtime rather than you going in and changing the values to be slightly darker or slightly lighter.
What's the easiest way of choosing between stone and glass and having 2 different prefabs?
2 different prefabs.
So if I need to make changes to the prefab, I just manually go and change it.
Well, I think you want a hex parent prefab that has a child that is its visual thing. Because actually the colliders they want are
Well, that's
those
fine then. I'll just have 2 in there and just turn them on.
You just turn one off. And fiddle with them a little bit, like being able to turn on some of these decals. Turn on into a smudge on the glass. Actually, into a plastic glass. Actually, that's not actually very long though. I do want to try that.
You could crack it.
It's a thing, the decal, you can just do that with. Let's try it. Let's try putting a decal on the glass, because that would look very cool. Let's have some moss growing on the glass.
So is it just a case of going into meshes and grabbing glass hex and...
Yeah, absolutely doesn't work. It gets very, very blurred. You know what? Yeah, it looks like it's underneath the glass, which is very confusing. Because the blur takes priority. Actually, wait, if I change the draw order... Oh, it's kind of a shame that doesn't work.
Plenty of other things to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make a difference. Just could have been cool. Oh, hey, there's a really easy way of doing this. Glasses are completely flat. I don't need to use a decal. I can just like put something over the top of it. But yeah, not relevant right now. What's the next thing I was going to do? There's animation for falling.
I would sooner do combat related animation of this before one.
What should it be? Give him an X. I'll make him an X.
Get an X in there. Have even like the swing trail of the X, so you can see where it's being hit.
Yeah.
An animation of his for enemies.
Get an enemy in.
Get an enemy in. I think that's better than jump for now.
Okay.
Or four, rather.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That one's a pretty easy one, I will say. Well, quite easy. Start making a list of the things we need to do soon. I think we're like getting towards something that looks about right. I think I do want to do a third tile type that is a bit of a flatter. Yeah, maybe just like a metal one as well.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna write some stuff down. You got a book that I can write something in, or a paper or a pen.
I've got a whiteboard.
Oh yeah, I'll do. If you don't mind me having it.
Oh, I forgot about that. I do mind you having it.
Actually, I'll just put it on the drive. Then we can come back to it. I don't need to write manually just because it feels fun. Even though it does feel really fun. Do we have an LD50?
Yep.
Do we have a design doc for this written anywhere?
No.
Okay. Google Docs. Strata work doc.
Transform.rotation is expecting a quaternion.
Yeah.
So I do a quaternion.euler on my vector 3.
Yes. It didn't recognise the word X. Did you mean X with an AX? No.
Yeah, that's happened to me recently on docs when I was doing my law doc.
Well, that was like a very well-known spelling.
It's like the normal spelling.
I think I would say it's even the more common one,
Yeah,
probably.
I would absolutely say that.
Materials for hero. Swing trail.
Sweet chariot.
X attack animation events. Make hitbox active. Enable / disable movement. Falling anim. Landing anim. Death anim. Enemy models. Flyer. Centipede. That's the end of the game.
He's not going to like step up from the thinner ones to the thicker ones, right? We are just going to have like consistent X colliders on all of them.
He actually will naturally right now.
Even if the colliders are the same.
Both the collides are the same.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want to just do that?
Sure.
Consistent colliders.
Sure. You can have them slightly different heights, and he'll still step up to them.
I don't want to like fall through weird gaps or get stuck.
He shouldn't be able to fall through any. Honestly, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Like, if they beveled especially, it'll even be really smooth. But that's one of the reasons they always give you a capsule collider, is small ramps are just sort of handled by a capsule collider. Like, you don't need to lock his wide position, basically, anymore.
I don't care anymore.
It will handle itself. Don't worry about it too much.
Okay, so in my hex tile then, neither of the meshes have a collider on them. Do I just want to do a mesh collider, or is that quite inefficient?
A mesh collider is not inefficient. You use the beveled mesh for every.
So, well, they would be consistent then.
Yes, but I'm saying if you want them at slightly different heights, it doesn't matter.
So do you reckon for the fins, because the stone is lower than the glass, right, visually?
No.
The stone is just thinner than the glass.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So do you think we should thin out the...
Oh, I see. Should they have... No, we should set the stone and the glass to be the same height visually. And then if you want...
Right, I see, okay.
And then if you want, you can generate them with a slight Y differentiation. Or, I mean, you could also do the...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sure.
But yes, to begin, everything should have its top set to the top of the collider.
So we should be using the hex bevel at the same height, but then if I want to generate the objects themselves slightly...
You can, you can just...
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
And then, because one of the things you could do, which I think might be quite pretty, is to very slightly depress whatever hex you're standing on.
Mm.
So as you're walking around, they're not getting pressed.
Would you actually change the collider?
You just move the object down a little bit. Yeah.
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 So the player visually moves down with it as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I mean, just have a target position, be whatever my generated position is,
Yeah.
minus 0.05, and then when I'm being stepped on, move towards that. When I'm not being stepped on, move back up. And that can be quite cool. With footstep sounds, and I like the idea also. I was thinking of like as a footstep marker. Sometimes you go into like puffs of smoke by the feet, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe like a sound ring that just comes out, like a really faint, just like ring emanates from your feet when you move.
Sure.
I've not seen that before.
I think I have, but it might be in games where the sound actually matters.
It's like a stealth mechanic or something.
I have played a game where like the ring gets bigger the more noise you're making.
I think I've seen games where there is a ring around you as you're walking. Yeah, like a noise ring. Yeah, actually, I guess it's not that neat, but I think it looks quite cool.
The hex tile itself, I guess, just wants a mesh.
Oh, I need to give you these as
And the mesh is.
And I haven't given you these as prefabs, right? Are you making your own prefabs out of this? Are you building?
I've just put the meshes into the hex prefab.
Okay, because I noticed that you didn't seem to have a transparency on the glass, or did it?
I'm only using raw glass. So
That's why I'm wondering if something's gone wrong between us.
I'll
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
something now.
Okay.
So it's just called hex bevel. Hex beveled 01, isn't it?
Hey, now we can do the walls, like an Oculus Guardian.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to what we were saying before about just having like a little fade up.
But I mean, like they appear as you get towards the edge.
Oh sure, yeah.
Like I think actually,
There's a nifty shader we can just.
I was gonna say, do you want to think we can make Will do one thing?
yeah,
Because I bet he'd know how to do it. Actually, it's probably literally just one we can nab from online, isn't it? Much rather Will did it though.
the glass is opaque.
Yeah, what material does it have on it?
Actually, I'm in a different scene. It might just be the scene that's affecting it, right?
Yes,
Oh, okay, so-
different like post-processing effects or whatever.
Nothing's being procedurally generated first. Let's come back to or main now.
Oh. Maybe it's not like a material that doesn't like being generated at one time.
Yeah.
It totally might be a thing. Well, we'll see. In this test, does it look like it looks like on mine?
Yes, but I'm not generating those at one time.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes.
Over your shoulder, you know that I told you I'll always be picking you up when you are mine. For the dash, what do we think about leaving like a vapor ghost of yourself?
If that's easy to do.
It's not easy, but it's cool.
It's gonna take like 3 days.
But it looks sick.
Fucking sick, man. There are lots of random hexes around in the scene. And lots of them under like a. Are they all in environment?
They were all in Enviro, and then I started playing with individual ones, and I took them out so I could look at them.
Turn all of those off. And also these ones. and oh, and that one up there as well. They're all in very random places in the hierarchy.
No.
What? No.
Shut up! What's wild about you is that you're not actually my dad.
Yeah, so if I generate these in at runtime in this scene, they are doing this. But
Let me have a look at the materials though. What materials is on there? Glass material. Is universal render pipeline there? Yeah, it's not that's not the correct material.
Oh, I don't know why it's on there. But. So
That part.
this what should be the
When you, yeah, I don't fucking know. Go back into whatever I had going on in what's a classics for
it's edit.
and lit blur. That's the materials I should have. Just grab those.
Just grab these.
Isn't just grab the glass hex and have that be your viz one.
Yeah.
Like what have you taken these prefabs out of here, assuming that these were my prefabs I put in?
No, well, the ones I'm using are in mesh. I grabbed that and.
Oh yeah, no, you don't want either of those. They're old.
Okay.
They ain't got any materials on there, they
Okay, well, let's go.
just make a prefab out of.
They already look like they are prefabs with blue.
They're just not updated prefabs, I guess. They're not overrides, but they're
Where are they?
they're not. I haven't made them yet.
But they're blue.
Because the mesh is a prefab, and then this is a mesh. This is a variant of that, but make a fresh prefab for these basically.
So just drag that one in.
Make a prefab, yeah. And then same with you probably want it all in the prefab. And then same with hex squared stone. You grab one of those and turn it on and make a prefab of it. And then that in that as well, that has a bunch of details in it.
Okay, cool.
And you want them to be all off and then turn occasionally one or, I mean, you can have more than one on per thingy as well, but the chances to have them on should be lowish. Lowish lane. How many floors are we going to generate at a time also? 2, 3?
How many you need to be able to see them? Well, doesn't really matter. It's going to be pretty light.
Just when we don't want to see one getting generated, I guess.
Yeah. Like I can do 5 and I don't see that being a problem.
No, me neither.
It's going to be pretty expensive.
Depends on how big you want to get. I do like the idea of having a floor that is very big that is a branch. That could be a cool feature. Especially if we do have floors that are different in vibe. So like the stones around a tile could indicate the kind of floor you're about to fall down to. But if you look inside, I'm sure you'll find.
Why are you over there? Come over. Why are you over there? Come over.
with proper glass.
Proper glass. There's some things that still need doing, like keys now, not IK and stuff anymore. Can I just chuck in Pyro, or is that more than hexes?
No, it's just hexes. Key. You can put directional light as well. Cloud Disk 1 you can also rename. It's just the flat blue. Oh. It isn't. It should be. This is more intense. The material here can be crack open the materials on this paper as in material panel. It can just be, I made a material for this that's just called like fake cloud or something. This has a material on it. Oh, open that up. We can change this from cloud material legacy opaque to, it's probably called cloud sonic. Cloud material dark, it's one of those. I made a fake cloud. I can throw the material section.
Undercloud?
Undercloud.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think this. So now, when you press play, let's just have a look at it again. Because you shouldn't see the clouds through the glass anymore. Yeah, it's lighter. So I mean, when you pirouettes. When Jarrett falls a bit close to each other, also they can see them through each other through the lens. Okay. What angle is the camera? I guess he's using my old camera. I think in my Viz test my floors are about let's see. About 6.5 away from each other.
Done.
Might look a bit more visible through the glass and stuff. What's visible through the glass? Oh, it's. Oh, I see. Yeah.
So it's not properly. It's I don't.
It's like, well, actually no. It might be that mine are like all shunted forwards or something.
Oh, it's just.
Yeah. I see.
They want to be paler, probably.
Yeah, what with like well, there's one fog. And I had fog, but he's gone.
Oh, hang on. We should actually just rotate.
Actually, no, it's just. No, wait.
I don't know. I've put ground layer in.
There's an object reference. Not happening. Oh, close. Main cam as well. Yeah, switch it to the assembly. That'll do it. This position needs to be frozen one. Dashed into that. Inside your head, looking at you through the glass.
tweet. This release a story of the 4 people seeing Morbius tonight at 10:30 who have elected to sit like this. It's if they know each other, it's bad. If they don't know each other, it's bad.
It's unhinged in any context.
Oh, he's rising. He's slowly rising. Yes.
Morbius. Oh, this guy. Okay. Yeah, that's my fault. It must be. It simply must be. I can fix him. I will fix him if you give him to me. Let's turn this light down a bit. I'm getting absolutely obliterated on camera, I've just noticed, by looking at your stream. There we go. It's a bit better, a bit more normal. Okay, I'm going to make an X. Some heroes don't wear capes, including ours. I'll give them a cape also. And maybe fix his absolutely hideous idle animation. Oh, no, is that it feels like forever. No one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. Looking at you through the glass. What kind of X should we make him have? Fantasy X. No, they all look rubbish. I was thinking like Dark Souls.
Nice round shape was all bad.
Are you thinking of like an old Stone Age hatchet?
A hatchet, yeah.
I was imagining more like a curvy boy, like a battle axe, like that. Because the swing is more obvious. A hatchet doesn't have as obvious an arc that it's going to crush him. It's got less of a silhouette.
You go for just kind of like a war pick sort of shape.
Yeah, it's got a good silhouette. It doesn't feel like a it's gonna leave like a sweep behind it, though, you know.
Does it?
Not really. It feels like it's gonna leave like a very thin line behind it.
Well, you could do that.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
Roger.
Hey.
Roger.
War pick. Dark Souls.
Hey, Kiki Cat. It's an arena shooter where each floor has a trapdoor down to the next one that you fall through. The idea is to try and stay on the higher floors as long as possible to try and collect upgrades and power-ups and stuff before you fall down to the next floor. Before you get overwhelmed by enemies, if you keep dropping down to new floors quickly, then the game's going to get too hard for you.
Yeah, what he said. I agree. Yeah, this shape here of a medieval battle axe feels like it's going to leave the most obvious.
Sure.
As a sweep. No, what pick is it? A war pick also doesn't feel like you're supposed to carry through. You're supposed to like jab it into someone, right? Whereas like an axe like this feels like you're supposed to sort of go through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. You want it to almost be like. I wonder if like a wing is a good kind of profile shape for it.
Like the top of a halberd. No, a wing like a what kind of
Like a
wing?
bird wing. It's just like the shape. So.
Let's have a look at some bird wing X. Let's see if anyone's done one before. Well, these sort of feel forced. Like, yeah, but only in as much as you've drawn a bird wing on your X.
Not because of the bird, but I think that's actually just quite a nice
A good shape,
for,
yeah.
for a single-headed X, at least. You just have that on that side.
Yeah, I agree. It's got a good profile.
It's quite dwarven. It's quite geometric. It's nice.
What can you Oh, you know, I've got it. It's a Warhammer 40k Power Axe. Yeah. Alright, I'll use this shape as a starting point. I want it to feel like regal if it's going to befit our little prince.
It will. So,
Hey?
it will, so there you go.
It's convenient. There's like some designs that Dark Souls do occasionally where they look like they're like lace in the blade. You know what I mean?
No.
Like they're not. It's not like just a flat bit of metal. It's like got like a crisscrossing in it. It's like a blade, and then like a kind of almost like a lace design behind it.
You're talking nonsense.
You just haven't played enough Elden Ring, mate. Let's see some Elden Ring axes, please. I'll show you like a picture of one if I can find one. Oh no, I've been talking nonsense.
I do think that was it.
Show me a list of all the axes. Oh, you know what, I'll just make one.
Alright, back over to you if you want to try and fix the guy slowly rising.
I'm going to make an X, but back over to me either way.
It just kicked.
It is time. You're getting peckish.
Yeah.
More than I was earlier. Hence the bringing it up.
Would you want to order now if you want to work it up?
I think we can go now. It's 8 o'clock. It's. Did you have a bun in the end?
I want that.
Did you? Was it good?
This freezer's not shut properly. I wonder how long ago. That's the big one. I've got shopping away.
Whoa.
It's ice. Can I stop the door closing afterwards?
This is kind of nice. I want to see if I can find a cool handle shape also. Ice chipping.
Yeah, just got a big chunk off those. Stop the door shut. There we go.
He's done it, ladies and gents. He knows no bounds. He fucking knows no bounds. Like, it's a good chant. I'm a sick ant. I love a quick chant. So how long should the axe be? Yeah. would say a little longer. Let's go. Into the modeling toolkit and start making connections. How long should this start? Maybe if we start by pinching it a little more. More like that. More like that. And then we can, cool, and then let's grab this guy.
It's not very good axes, I think. Oh my god.
Can't believe I fucking doubted you. I've been a real piece. I didn't think you had it in you. Didn't think you had it in you. Didn't think you had it in you. I didn't think you could do anything. Ye of little faith. Nah. Me of little faith. Let's just get like a basic profile.
Did you fix him slowly rising?
No. You try.
Interesting.
Is he no longer doing it?
He's no longer doing it.
Well, that's wacky, isn't it? Any thoughts on why that might be?
Again, like a walking over a gap between hexes. And getting all the way around them.
Right. Yeah, because his velocity.
But gravity should be acting on him, so it shouldn't be there. Because if I take a hex tile out.
Uh-oh. His gravity just off. Is he just... Were you mistacking? His gravity, in fact, not acting on him. Yep, there you go.
Oh. We must have changed that, like, not in the prefab ways.
Yeah.
Alright. I imagine you don't need to worry about him rising as well. I think gravity will take care of that one.
I think it's wild that one of the Beatles was called John Lennon.
Did you call him John Lennon?
Yeah. I think that's his name. It's crazy how no one ever talks about how silly the name John Lemon is. Why would they? Why would anyone discuss that? Imagine all the people living like a bee.
Oh, that's interesting.
You say
If I fall down the hex, like hole.
Yeah.
But don't take my fingers off, move forwards.
Yeah.
Like, I think running into the side of the hex stops him falling further down. We can just take control of the player every now and then.
When you're falling. You can. I think it's also maybe just the material that the walls are of has friction.
Like 100% friction.
Just more than. Oh no! I've had this fucking problem before. I have this problem all the time. In fact, in platformers, this is a really common Unity problem when you're making a platformer. That you can like sort of wall jump by default. You just stick to walls unless you explicitly tell your character otherwise.
And how do we do that?
Usually by asking if there's anything underneath them.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm just going to fucking take control.
Yeah, do it. But you still might find that the player can just stick up against a wall. But I'm not the only one. Not the only
Oh, quite
one.
Banana Bites is up to your offer.
Eh?
So quite Banana Bites is up to your offer. They've
Oh!
gone from 30% off to 35% off. Champions.
Lovely bunch of lads. I hope someday.
Is it time?
Yeah.
Do you want to come out and look at what you want, or do you know what you want?
The garlicky boy.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
Chills.
Let's go with what you suggested of this. This like.
I don't see garlicky boy. It might not be in this menu.
Right. It's a Banana Bites thing, right?
Yeah. I think they have different stuff on there, like delivery menu.
Okay. Let me have a gander in a second. Hang on. All right.
It's Bengal special, plenty of advertising there, and there's no other go-tos.
That's incredible. That's like a Willy Wonka character. A different mouthful of delicious flavours every time.
I think I've had this one, and it's also quite nice.
That one's got garlic in it.
The ones that explicitly say they have tomato in them, I'm never a big fan of. Maybe just go for Bengal special. They're very like sauce heavy. If I remember correctly, it's mostly peppers and sauce. I suppose it's got like a decent chunk of chicken in there, you know? Bengal special is nicely prepared though. So let's see what you can go for with it.
Maybe just a little bit.
Chicken chili, also good. Maybe we go chicken chili. We go chicken chili. We also go rice. We go tequila. It's Aldi. No, I'm not going to get an L, but I am going to get low confidence. Which I like. That's it. Do we have any form of sweet treat? Oh yeah, we've got apples and yogurt nature.
Yeah, I'm good. You may say.
You don't want any Indian pizza?
You know what? No. No, I do not. It's probably fine, isn't it?
Bold of them to actually call it Indian pizza on the menu. It's not like
It's not
the rest
just
of the places
pizza.
around here that just go, yeah, we're an Indian, but we know everyone wants to order pizza, so we just do it.
Yeah.
So also get some money for that. These guys have gone, we're an Indian, so it's Indian pizza.
It's Indian pizza. I mean, there probably is an Indian pizza of some description.
My mum's made naan bread pizza before, it's really good.
Naan bread pizza.
Naan bread, and then it was like tuna and tomato sauce on it, done like a pizza. It was really nice.
I'd say that sounds awful, but your mum is an exceptional cook, so it's probably very good.
What sounds awful about it?
Just tuna and tomato sauce and rubber. It sounds like when me and Johnny used to eat fish rice. Johnny, the game dev, off of name of NFTS.
Yeah.
We sometimes had like extra PR rice left over at the end of the day, and we'd be like really hungry at like 3 a.m.
At the end of the day.
At the end-
Do you just slowly accumulate PR rice?
Well, we do something like this where we'd order together at like 8, but me and Johnny were like night owls, and so we'd be there until like 2. and on more than one occasion, I'm ashamed to say, we were like, "What food is that? I'm really hungry." And we knew we had like leftover pilau rice, and we just had tuna and mayo, like in a tin, and we would just put tuna and mayo and pilau rice, and it was amazing.
Doesn't sound bad.
We called it fish rice because we knew it was shameful, and we wanted a shameful name for our shameful food.
Fishy rice.
It sounds pretty good.
Suspicious rice.
That's right. It was very suspicious rice. Suspicion's the wrong word for it. We knew what we were doing was wrong. We didn't suspect it was wrong. We knew exactly what we were doing.
We'll be holding our food shortly. We'll be holding our food shortly.
Terrible. I don't think I tell you enough how disappointed I am in you. I think I tell you I'm proud of you sometimes, but I so rarely tell you that I am in fact disappointed in you. It's more pressing. Do 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 do. They say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll realize the world will live as one. You've seen that video, right? Charles Cornell doing that.
That's really good.
It's so good. Ah. Positions. It's easier if you try. No down below us. Dee 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 dee. Above song. The sky. Da da da. Living for today.
Oh, I know what I need to be doing here. Distance between two vector threes. Vector three
That's
dots.
3 dot distance.
Dot distance. And that's always an absolute value.
Yes, it isn't always an absolute value. As in, I absolutely don't know. Joke of a weapon. Uh-oh, guys, you know what that sound was? That's the duck alarm. It's a new thing we're doing for LD50. There's a duck alarm now. Call in, let us know if you have any ideas on what we should do with that. We just need to work out like what his deal is. He had all summer to think of this. Got his bag again. Okay, let's see what this does.
So glass hex has hex blue tint in it. That should that just be on?
Is it off right now?
Yeah.
I think I decided it just doesn't do anything. I was trying to tint the glass blue and I think it just does not work.
If I turn on decals A, B, and C,
Yes.
yeah, that's fine. I can actually be a bit cheeky and just roll for them, even if it's the glass one that gets turned on, because they just won't be visible.
You can, although they will be there. Like it's
No, because the parent object is on.
Oh, I see. Yeah, sure. That doesn't matter.
Chance of a decal 1, 4, 1, 5.
1 in 4. Excuse me. You didn't do the thing, excuse me. Hi, sorry, you're not doing it. Like I'm asking very kindly and you're not doing it. Okay.
not seeing the decal actually do anything.
They're not affecting.
It's just invisible.
Bad. That is bad.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting a warning. Mesh with point, strip, or line topology is not supported by light mapping, and decal mesh is currently empty, so the decal is invisible. Place the object so the bounding box intersects at least one targeted mesh. Then generate mesh.
If you look at the decal, okay, hang on. Where's the decal? That isn't the decal. Decal A. What is its target? Its target meshes. Inside the bottom, it's lift up, fall down. Is it pointing at its own It's pointing at. Why is it the click the thing into it? Okay, it is. Okay. Turn it on. Oh, decals need to start on, not off.
They have to start to like project correctly.
They have to be projected on, and then you can turn it off afterwards.
Cool.
So like turn the hex squared stone on. Like are they let's just see if they are already projected, like in this thing. Yeah, they're not projected right now. Put project mesh on those two.
I see. And is it okay for the parent object to be on?
The parent object will be off. If you turn it back on, it'll be on. And if you turn the decal off and on now, it will be on. Like press go to decal B and just turn it off.
Does that mean I can now have these on?
Yeah. They just weren't projected in prefab mode or whatever. I think. That's just what I think. That's just something I think. That's another partridge. He says something like really heroic. He gets applause. He's like, yeah, and that's just something I think. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's panicking again. So start with one, I guess.
Is there a merge to center shortcut? Ah, there's two of you. Right, there's a painstaking way to make an X. Sew it together. G. Right. I'll grab that. Bend it forward to get a nice Regal axe bulge. That is a cool shape for an axe. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Pretty nifty looking. Now, to all my fellow axe heads out there, what are you thinking? You're thinking, that is a very harsh wedge. I don't think that would cut very well. And to you I say, go and fuck yourself.
It still fucks this projection thing. Can the parent not be on? Does the parent have to be on?
Does the parent have to be on?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I didn't think so, but I might be wrong. I know it's not designed to do runtime calcs, so yeah, maybe I just maybe we just don't use those for now. I'll come back to them.
I mean, I can start with it on and turn it off.
We'll do that. Champhony. Where is chamfer? Oh, it's the exact same effect. It's not enjoying it?
No.
Will's not even here to blame. I have to freaking shoulder this one.
In fact, yeah, if I go into prefab view, project it, and just leave and re-enter the prefab, it's already fun.
It doesn't like it.
What does also repeat mean? Does it just use auto repeat on? No.
It's not a that.
That means it's not do it for me. No.
Well, that's probably about right. Might be a little small, just because of the the silhouettes work in games. But for now, you'll do. I mean, probably fuck him off for now.
I can't see. There's an on-collision enter, right?
Yep.
Is there also an on-collision?
Yes. Yes, there is.
I don't see anyone using on-collision anywhere on the internet. Are you sure?
Yeah. Maybe less now.
Even threads that say like example of on-collision, and then I go to it and they're using on-collision.
Oh, collision, I think, is a thing.
I mean, I guess I can use enter and exit to do this, so I guess I just will do that.
Okay. Okay. Let's do some colouring in. You know what? That would be quite cool, is if we let's call this one X handle 1. Make you a sort of metal blue. And let's start grabbing things that we think we want to be X handle 1. Let's go with that. 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 Enough start. X handle 2. Let's Undoubtedly. Yeah. Yeah. So that was to do.
No, it was not at all. I think it's very good timing. It's about to be another one.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, go. There we go. Enjoy. Cheers.
Thank you, man. You know what that means, don't you?
I know what that means.
It's time for a brief break.
Time for another one. Oh, sure.
Oh!
Should we watch Not Loose?
Yeah, without. Let's go with Axe Edge. And you're going to be a very, very light brassy colour.
Alright, folks. I'll just go to like a. Oh, don't want to go into the stream. I think I'll just go to a vaccine screen, but.
You don't want to just restart, is it?
I suppose I can. Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, we'll restart the stream then. Yeah, we're gonna go for food. Catch you all in, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.